DP footprint plot is a document which is produced on board of the DP vessel by DPO. This document may be prepared automatically if DP system has appropriate function, or must be performed manually at least once per DP watch when the vessel is operating on DP, or at least one per day when the vessel keeps the DP activities. A plot designed to record the observed movement of the DP vessel from its desired target location over a period of time. The plots are used to gain a better understanding of the vessel's actual station-keeping performance and limitations in intact and in various degraded thruster configurations, including worst-case failure whilst the vessel is being subjected to real environment force. They provide a scatter plot of vessel positions at regular intervals around the required set position. This shows accuracy of station keeping, and the maximum deviation from desired set point should meet the company regulations, and the footprint proves the following of the company regulations. Company should provide the DP footprint plot blank form, which operator may use for production of the document. So, the main statement is that DP footprint plots should also be produced on board, and DP footprint plots are not theoretical ones. They are actual measurements of the vessel's DP station keeping performance in the actual environmental conditions and thruster configuration at the time the plot was taken. DP footprint plots should be taken whenever opportunities arise, such as during standby periods, weather downtime, or arrival at the field. Plots should be taken for the thruster configuration used in the DP capability plots. For example, fully intact conditions, loss of most effective thruster, and after worst-case failure. Some DP systems have a software application that produce DP footprint plots electronically and automatically. DPO can also produce DP footprint plot by manual methods using a plotting sheet. DP footprint plots serve two main purposes. They provide a scatter plot of a vessel position at regular intervals around the required set position. This shows accuracy of station keeping. They also provide comparison points on the limiting wind speed envelope given in the theoretical DP capability plots. This shows the wind speeds at which it was seen that the vessel was unable to maintain position, thus validating or contradicting the theoretical DP capability plots for the various thruster configurations. DP footprint plots serve other purposes, including learning and familiarization opportunities for DPOs, and in providing snapshots of vessel station keeping behavior for specific locations and activities. Theoretical DP capability plots and DP footprint plots combine together to enhance knowledge and understanding of the vessel's DP station keeping ability and for assigning the weather window and operational limits. DP footprint plots originated in harsh weather regions such as in the North Sea. The plots are used to gain a better understanding of the vessel's actual station keeping performance and limitations in intact and in various degraded thruster conditions and configurations, including worst-case failure while the vessel is being subjected to real environmental forces. It is acknowledged that DP footprint plots may be of less relevance to the DP modus or mobile offshore drilling units. A plot designed to record the observed movement of the DP vessel from its desired target location over a period of time. DP footprint plots are used to measure the actual position-keeping performance at the vessel in intact and degraded conditions and in various environmental conditions. It is prudent to complete footprint plots at the time of annual trials and whenever opportunities arise. Also, pay attention on the provided IMCA standard footprint proforma. Here you may see that we have to evaluate and fix the reference systems are in use, the weather conditions which are acting on the vessel, the thruster configuration, current operational draft, and other particulars. And on the graphical plotter, we assign the deviation circle per our plotter, and then graphically we shows the deviation of vessel's set point from desired position per period of time. Normally we do the fix each 30 seconds and in a period of 10 minutes, evaluating and describing the situation of deviations graphically, and then we highlight the deviation sector. Our maximum deviations observed should match the company allowance. If we deviating more than allows the company, we have to cancel operation safely, or we have to start up additional generators and thrusters if applicable. If no, footprint is a document which may influence on the decision-making process on board. If we are deviating more than company requires, we have to fix it on the document and we have to stop the operation safely. To be able to perform the footprint plot, you have to use the company paper proforma, where some particulars, as on previous example, might be placed, and you have to fill in the company proforma, answering for the question about environments, thrusters, position reference equipment, and the rest of particulars. Now I want to concentrate your attention on practical performance of observations and precautions which might be taken in account. So we have to use a proforma plotting sheet comprising a 360 degrees polar plotting diagram, vessel outline with thrusters indicated, and the space for the vessel specific position reference systems and environmental data. Refer to plotting sheet. The vessel should be in AutoDP with a prepared mathematical model. We have to record wind, waves, and current on the plotting sheet, drawing appropriate vectors. Record thruster configuration on the plotting sheet. Record the rate of turn and speed of moves. It is suggested, attention please, that the following values are applied. The rate of turn in auto position is 10 degrees per minute, and the speed of movement is adjusted as 0.3 meters per second, respectively, to prevent misleading results. And footprint performed only when the vessel stays in auto position with the stabilized model, with build model ready for DP operation. Observe position excursions from the intended position by the most appropriate means, plotting the vessel's position regularly. And as example, every 30 seconds. I recommend you to draw separate table somewhere on your proforma. You can do it by hand. Later you may make master revision and, for example, edit in company manual even if you like. This table consists from 3 main columns: date and time, range in meters and degrees. Here, prepare time interval with the step 30 seconds. As example, I'm starting from 12 o'clock, then 12 30 seconds, 12 1 minute, until 12 10 minutes I will prepare the interval. And then on position deviation plotter of Kongsberg 47, I will see the graphical deviation and the arrow which indicates the direction of deviation. And time where there is a fix each 30 seconds. I will pick up it graphically from the plotter, or I will open the numeric menu of the system where in digital numeric way in a table will be described all set point deviation, including range and bearing if needed. And from there I may pick up each 30 seconds the direction of deviation and the value of the deviation of set point from the present desired position. And I will collect each 30 seconds the needed parameter. As soon as the table ready, then I will check the maximum deviation in a range column and try to assign the scale for the plotter. In my case, I assign the scale as 1 meter. It means at the edge of this circular plotter, I have only 1 meter deviation. And then graphically I try to draw range deviations and direction of the deviation, connecting the next deviation with the previous fix received. In the end of my graphical plotting, I will draw around all deviations the area of the deviation. Normally it is presented on like my diagram as a foot or as a step, or reminding us the shape of the foot. And for that reason, they call it as a footprint. But sometimes we have almost the same. Sometimes we have different drawing compared with mine. And this is the general idea. And then we have to make the conclusion of our observations. Our range deviation or our maximum range deviation should be less than allowed company deviation for DP station keeping. If we received higher deviation than company allows, that means something wrong with the weather or with our DP system, and we have to cancel DP operation or to stop DP operation. Or we should not even start if we did the footprint before the starting operations. And if we don't have additional genset or thrusters to start up, then we have to cancel the operations. But if we have additional startup of generators and additional startup of thrusters, then we try to bring that equipment online, and then we check our footprint deviation again, trying to find out are we in company margins or no. So remember please, the footprint is an important document which is produced by you on board and which is signed by you on board.